All right, welcome everybody to Monday Bible Study. Let me take a look, make sure I did post Sundays. We have done all of that. Okay. So, how's everybody doing? So, we'll continue on in the book of Acts. Looks like we have one more verse, and then we get into Acts 17. Acts is as big as or bigger than some of the Gospels, if not mistaken. When Paul and Silas left the prison, they returned to the home of Lydia, where they met with the believers and encouraged them once more. Then they left town. And remember, to be a believer is to have the proper call and the proper walk. It doesn't mean you say you believe and then you're good to go, as we have been over in yesterday's study and the day before and all of that, like we do almost every day on this channel. Paul and Silas then traveled through the towns of Amphipolis and Apollonia, and then came to Thessalonica, where there was a Jewish synagogue. As was Paul's custom, he went to the synagogue service, and for 3 Sabbaths in a row, he used the scriptures to reason with the people. He explained the prophecies and proved that the Messiah must suffer and rise from the dead. He said, "This Jesus I'm telling you about is the Messiah." Some of the Jews who listened were persuaded and joined Paul and Silas, along with many God-fearing Greek men and quite a few prominent women. So, all inclusive there are sheep. But some of the Jews were jealous. So these would be goats, wouldn't they? So they gathered some troublemakers from the marketplace and to form a mob and to start a riot. Remember, you have no free will in the matter. You're going to do each and every day exactly what the Lord has scripted you will do. And that script was written before the earth was formed, like we go over almost every day. They attacked the home of Jason, searching for Paul and Silas so they could drag them out of the crowd. Not finding them, they dragged out Jason and some of the other believers or some of the other sheep instead and took them before the city council. Paul and Silas have caused trouble all over the world, they shouted, and now they are here disturbing our city also. So let's read a little bit in the King James. But the Jews which believed not moved with envy and took them certain lewd fellows of the baser sort or baser sort and gathered a company and set all the city on an uproar and assaulted the house of Jason and sought to bring them out to the people. And when they found them not, they drew Jason and certain brethren unto the rulers of the city, crying, "These that have turned the world upside down are come hither also." All right, so after reading it in the New Living, you can understand it better in the Poetic King James. "And the vision of the evening and the morning, which was told, is true. Wherefore, shut thou up the vision, for it shall be for many days." So Daniel had received the vision. "And I, Daniel, fainted and was sick certain days." So it just completely, troubled him to the extreme. "Afterward, I rose up and did the king's business, and I was astonished at the vision, but didn't understand it." All right, let's move on to Daniel 9, which is the abomination of desolation chapter of the Antichrist. "In the first year of Darius, the son of Azarias of the, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, of the seed of the Medes, which was king over the realm of the Chaldeans, in the first year of his reign, I, Daniel, understood by books the number of the years wherefore of the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah the prophet, that he would accomplish 70 years in the desolations of Jerusalem. And I set my face unto the Lord God to seek by prayer and supplications with fasting and sackcloth and ashes. So this is Daniel's lamentation before he then speaks or is given the vision concerning the abomination of desolation. And I prayed unto the Lord my God and made my confession and said, O Lord, the great and dreadful God, keeping the covenant and mercy to them that love him, which are the sheep, and to them that keep his commandments, the sheep. We have sinned, talking about the bloodline, the Israelites, which Daniel was a part of, and have committed iniquity and have done wickedly and have rebelled even by departing from the precepts and from thy judgments. And we'll continue with Daniel's lamentation tomorrow. I'm glad you're here. I love you very much. Ask, of course, anytime. That's what I'm here for.